What's up, YouTube? It's your motherfucking boy, Angry Motherfucking Jaguar! Boom. And a dog's barking. Yeah, this is oversaturating things. There we go. Turn this down, turn this down, turn this down. And you down. All right. What's up, motherfuckers? Fuck, you're not late. You're perfectly on time, motherfucker. We got Garen, Paula, Corley, Lyra, Yiggity Yak Yak Yak, Paula, Paul Allen, and Mosey Cedric. What's uppers, people? So yeah, we're going to talk about some fucking swords. We're gonna talk about the kindness of my children. Touch a little bit on the bullshit going on in the world. And all that jazz. So let's rock and roll, shall we? Let me get my microphone positioned more comfortable. So just hang tight. Momento, por favor. Take a sip of my Dr. Pepper. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about Topps' first fucking short sword. This one is designed by Wei-Sun Johnny Tai. And it is the Topps C.U.M.A. I gotta remember how to say this next part here. KAGE. KAGE. Not KAGE, but KAGE, which means shadow. And, it's a short sword. It's not a full sword. It was designed to kind of emulate a C.U.M.A sticks. 24 inches is what he based everything on. So if you are a practitioner and you are used to using, the fighting sticks, this is right up your alley as far as techniques and whatnot. There are several things about this that I really, really, really like. First and foremost, I love the ass end of this bitch right here. There is a really cool pronounced point right here. It's got a little lanyard hole right there. So if you wanted to strappity strap her in, you know what I'm saying? And grip on it, it's quite comfortable. It does have just enough length for you to do a two-hander if you so felt the need to rock a two-hand. But with a short sword, it's probably more extra grip just for leverage and placement. You got a couple of finger grooves right here, which lines up nicely in my hand. Works really well. The edges around the handle are rounded, so it does present a nice smooth grip. No real hot spots to speak of there. And that conforms all the way around the handle. And there's just enough grippy grip texture, which I would assume this is micarta two-tone. That's a pretty safe bet. And it's full tang all the way down. 1095. These grooves through here are to reduce the weight. And the one thing that I found very interesting on this, and even when I saw this at SHOT Show, it still kind of stood out, is this belly right here. And it's very interesting, this belly, because as you're striking out with it, that belly is just going to present itself before anything else. So being as a short sword, let's see, I would love to have your pronounced point in me. Okie dokie. Think that might have misread that. Thank you. So, unlike most swords, and I have a few here to show you, we'll come back to this. Let's go ahead and bring up some of the other ones. The only other sword that I have that is kind of in the same ballpark, the same general range, would be the Sharkalope from Zombie Tools. Now, even this Sharkalope has a little bit of a belly right here, right? Not quite as pronounced, but it does still have that belly right there. And this is a lot thinner blade, but roughly the same C.U.M.A up here? I don't see C.U.M.A. On point C.U.M.A. What am I missing here? Oh, there he is. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. So, again, we've got an interesting set of points on the back end here. Hand guard right here. With a choil, a little interesting. And a thinner profile. And this is one that my daughter really liked. Fit her hand really well. She enjoyed the concept of a sword. And, this is based on Filipino influences, the same as Wei-san Johnny Tai's Eskrima concept, right? Okay. Good. I'm glad you guys are helping me out with the channel. Appreciate that greatly. All right, so that is another short sword as an example comparative to the KAGE, right? And so with the KAGE, it's a little bit more on the heavy side, but it's also a lot thicker of the steels type, and it is designed as a short sword fighting. So a lot of times, the things that interest me specifically here on this channel are urban environments as well as situations lending itself more to the traditional stereotypical fantasy world of zombies and things of that nature. So a lot of times other channels are far superior than mine in regards to things like bushcraft, things of that nature. I'm just a dude that grew up inner city, blah blah blah, worked my way out, now living in the suburbs, watching the apocalypse unravel before me. So what other swords? Well, those were the short swords. Now I'm going to pull out okay, somebody likes to rev their shit. Pull out a full-size sword as comparison, and then this is really going to be important for this particular discussion. So, this, dude, fucking seriously? We get it. You got a fucking souped up engine. Chill the fuck out. So this sword, for example, the Deuce 1, I brought this out because it shares some similarities to the KAGE, right? But a little different. So first and foremost, it does have this really fun point on the pommel, on the butt end of the blade. You got plenty of room. This is 3 hands, but again, this is really, you can really choke up on this guy and get a 2-handed swing, and it's devastating. But this guy also has a pronounced belly on it, right? Which is really kind of interesting. So we've got slight slope, big belly pronounced, and if you can look, you can see some dents from where, even on some of the really gross abuse that this blade did, the belly was always there, just taking it, just going for it. And this is kind of interesting, so keep this in mind. This was the original design of the Deuce. I'm just going to leave it out, not put it back in its sheath yet. Hopefully it won't fall and slice my leg open. And then we've got the KAGE, right? Belly is different. It doesn't come out and go down all the way down like this. So here, let's do this. They almost look like could be related, right? But I suspect it's mostly just design and purpose, what it's meant for. So there are some marked similarities. No choil, straight edge. No flare out that the choil presents, but if it was straight up and the belly was more constricted, they would almost be like Big Brother and Mini-Me, right? So I wanted to talk about that for a second. There are always going to be similarities from different designs and everything else. But that being said, why a short sword? What is the advantage of a short sword? I mean, why not just go gonzo and just always have just big, giant fucking swords, right? Because we've seen, what, endless times in the fucking movies. Hassan choppity chop and blah, blah, blah. Oh, hang on.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. You now
no, that's
have
still gonna do it,
15
isn't it?
minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
1 second, guys. That should stop that from happening. One of my servers must have just went down and lost connectivity or something, because that's an alert that comes out whenever it happens. Anyway, so why a short sword, not a full-size sword on a regular basis? There's a couple different reasons. One, fatigue. Bigger the blade, heavier it is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you slice it, pun intended. Heavier blade, the more fatigue you're going to get with each of your swings, right? Smaller blade presents a lot more flexibility, and it also presents better ability in an urban environment, because now you're contending with hallways, smaller rooms, etc. You might not necessarily have the room to maneuver and do what you need to do. Short sword, you know, a lot of your blocks and everything, it doesn't matter. It still fits within your frame of space. Whereas, I'll be careful on this one now because this is a full size. Whereas a big blade, you may not have ample room to pull off the same maneuvers, because you see how much further it extends out here, right about here. So as I'm turning, you can see short sword takes here, right? So it's almost inside your frame, your box. So you don't necessarily have to have as much room when you're doing things. Granted, a bigger blade, if you have enough space, you got a whole lot of swing. You know, now if you're doing Jose Canseco type shit, that works well. If you're more finesseful, or you're trying to do things with proper angles and everything else, the short sword presents a lot of value. I had a conversation with my wife and kids where I was trying to explain to them, yes, I have a bigger blade, and if I connect with you with the bigger blade, there's going to be a lot more damage. The other advantage that a big blade or a spear or something else presents is the fact that I've got range. I can actually keep you pretty far away. Okay, but this is a big one. If you're not proficient with the big blade and you swing and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I overswing with a big blade, that small blade is going to be more nimble. It's going to get in and it's going to do what it's designed to do, which is to take care of business. Speed is king in an equal environment. Meaning, I have no body armor, you have no body armor. I have a big sword, you've got a short sword. The first person to bring that blade onto the other person is going to win. Range is important and everything else, but at the same time, speed is vitally important, especially over a longer duration fight. You're going to want to make sure that the stamina, the speed, and everything else doesn't diminish. You keep swinging big chunks of steel around and you miss. Every time you miss with a swing, you are sucking up twice the energy, because as you're swinging, if you don't know what you're doing and catching and bringing it back, you're now pulling back as well, so you don't hit something inadvertently. So reach is really, really important in capable hands. And it's one of those things where, even in a knife fight, right, you kind of want to watch the positioning of the person, how they're holding things. For example, one of the things that we talked about, me and my wife, well, I talked with it to her, is if you see a person and they have a knife and they're coming at you and they're like this, I'm going to cut you, man. I'm going to cut you. Okay, so if you're looking at my body language, I'm going to cut you, man. I'm going to cut you. Versus, coming in like this, that tells you a lot, right? Just off the different body language, right? You got a person, I'm going to fucking cut you, man. I'll fuck you up. Both are dangerous individuals, don't get me wrong. But in regards of assessing the situation, somebody's holding a reverse grip and they got their hands, faint hand out, ready for blocking to come in and handle business, you kind of want to be a little bit more cognizant of the fact that the person who's coming in, squared up tight, chin down, you want to look at those different things. Those are tells to tell you what you're dealing with. It's like recognizing the right type of snake. You know what I mean? It's like some dude's all floppy like this, coming, I'm going to fuck you up. Neck all exposed and everything. Not guarding anything particular, just fucking enraged and angry and everything else. It's a dangerous person, but it's an easier person to deal with, right? Because obviously the person is just angry and has a force multiplier and thinks they're going to handle business. And he's talking shit, blah, 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 while you are sitting there studying, trying to figure out what it is that you're dealing with. Versus another person who's coming in, and he's sitting there and he's looking at you. He's not talking. He's closing ground. He's getting the distance between you and he's coming closer and closer. You need to get away as quick as fucking possible. Now, person with the big blade, sitting there again, Hassan Chop motherfucker. He's sitting there all lining up like he's Jose Canseco. Like he's gonna swing that bat, knock the ball out of the park. There's been a lot of times I've been faced with people that didn't know how to fight. Period. And them big crazy hits, we call those haymakers, right? They just swing them, telegraph a mile away. Same thing. Somebody doesn't understand how to use a sword. If they're sitting like this and they go and they pull back, right? You're just watching the body language. They're pulling back to bring that swing. Depending on their size, how fast they move and everything else, smaller guy with a quicker, nimble blade, slide that right inside that rib, done deal. You know what I'm saying? Reverse is my best handling of blade. Yeah, I like reverse grip for the most part. I'm not big keen on snap cuts. I don't like to come forward and do a lot of those whips. I like to just kind of sit back and wait, let the person come in and then counter. That's my preferred way. If it's a different situation, like I'm going to be the aggressor, which is really weird for me. I don't tend to think that way, but there are some times where you might have a situation in front of you. Then I may go regular grip like this, depending on what I'm trying to do. But for the most part, this definitely feels a lot more comfortable to me. It's come in like this, because if it's something I'm dealing with and I'm just using the butt to pressure point whatever, just to figure out what's going on. It's funny because even in that type of a situation, I'm still trying to think of a way to ratchet things down and not necessarily attack something with lethal force, just because I understand anybody you take out with one of these, you would have rather shot the motherfucker, to be honest with you. Because if you end up having to go to fucking court and you shanked a motherfucker, holy shit, statistics show you're going to do more time. It's just something about blades that just horrifying. You know, people just, the concept of getting cut, man, just scares the shit out of people. It's just kind of odd. It's just kind of odd. Well, yeah, the other thing about what karambits is you just got a ring, right? So you also got that peace of mind that your fingers up in there and again hitting and following with. It's just kind of looking at things. Yes, yes. Simicon hits the nail on the head, and I've done experiments with this with my own kids. He says, from what he's seen, successful use of a sword comes from knowing to successfully slice, cut versus muscle through like a baseball bat. That's exactly right. So you take a blade. Oh, did I just fucking stab myself? I sure as fuck did. Hang on, guys. I just poked myself. Trying to clear the microphone. Let me take care of this real quick. Hang on. Hey, Joe. Hey, guys. I just poked myself in my arm. Love you. Yeah, good. I'm good. All right, guys. So, clearing the fucking the mic. I brought it up. The point tapped. Just fucking tapped. But it's stuck. It's stuck deep. So, fucking absolutely ruined my fucking shirt. But that just illustrates the point. Another pun. Small ass little fucking nick. Small ass nick can bleed. Put everything back here. Man, I'm curious if it can show. Wow. It can show, guys. You can see right how deep it went. It went that deep. And that's where the blood goes. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I went and I cleared, I brought it up to clear, and it just came down and took. So, the question is, can it cut? Yes, it can cut. I'm a fucking witness to that shit. Now, if it can handle hard use tests later, man, I'll be super fucking stoked about this shit. My poor kids, they're freaking the fuck out. It's like it bled a lot, man. It hit real quick. I had to put some steri strips on. I don't know if you guys can see those poking out there. So really quickly, I had to elevate the arm, steri strip it. That held the wound closed. Then we were able to put some bandages on and wrap it up. So it tastes like shit. I'm not gonna drink this. I got other stuff to drink.
You want a water bottle?
No, I'm good. I'll just drink my fucking.
Angel wanted to give it to you.
No, I know. I'll drink.
Okay.
I love you too. Be careful out there.
Okay.
So let's catch up. Let's see. It can cut. No shit. Oh my god, it was light, guys. It didn't feel. Here's the funny thing. You know when it's sharp, because it hit and I didn't even realize for like a split second it hit. What let me know something happened was a sudden sense of warmth that ran down. I mean, I'm sure if we went back and looked at the thing, we would see I can see where it cut through the shirt. Right here's where it cut through the shirt. But I felt a gush. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I felt it run down my chest, and then it hit my thigh. And I was like, dude, I fucking hit something. And so my first thought was, fuck, I hope I didn't nick something by accident. So I ran out there, told the kids, get the medical kits. They brought all the other medical kits. I'm like, no, get the little one. And then we got that and everything. It was pretty funny. Let's see here. What did I miss? Not how I wanted the show to go, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too deep for crazy glue. I didn't want to fuck with the crazy glue with it being that deep, because there's cuts that you see that it hits a certain way and the blood just comes fucking flowing. Like last time I had blood that flowed that freely, a light bulb had burst and a piece of it slid in my hand right here, and it was just coming out with the heartbeat. So it's all, and this one was the same type of thing. It was just flowing really, really well. I mean, you could see on the blade, it actually stuck pretty deep. It went about that fucking far in, man, because that's where I could see right where the bloodline is, right there. So, I mean, it's starting to ache. It's starting to ache pretty bad right now from where it went in. What's funny is the last time one of the swords cut me was this guy. And like an idiot, I was kind of training my wrist and just doing this with it to get used to the weight of the blade. And then I went down on the ground and I was going like this with it, and it came back and it nicked right on my shoulder. And that cut pretty good, but it didn't bleed nothing like this. That's why I knew, ooh, this motherfucker's, oof. That initial numbness is gone now. That's some bitches. Man, it's a fuck. That burns. Oof. That sucks. Anyway. But it's good though, because this also illustrates the point, right? It doesn't take a lot. A little bit here, a little there, whatever. And I was able to stop the engagement. Stop everything I was doing. Go get stuff and stop the bleeding. If I didn't do that, the amount of blood that was flowing, I mean, you could tell. You could just look at the shirt here. The amount of blood that was flowing in a fight, if we're still going. Hearts pounding, adrenaline going. That would have kept bleeding. It would have ran down the arm. It probably would have interfered with grip. It could have been a whole lot of other things. And that was small. That was small, guys. You know, we see movies all the time where a guy gets cut. You see a cut around the fucking whole side of their body, and we see a little bit of blood trickles, right? Anyway. Yeah, no shit. That's why you train with the sheath on. Well, you know, it's one of those things. It's just stupidity. And this one was actually kind of funny because I was sitting there and all I was really being careful of was like the monitor, the microphone, and I wasn't paying attention to what? The business end of that bitch. That was my fucking bad. But it could have been substantially worse. A lesson learned. Fucked up my favorite shirt, but it is what it is, right? Let's see. What did I miss? Yes, it can cut. Every time. Rumble Hotep, it can cut. That's hilarious. Yes, indeed, it can. Let's see. Yeah, I rewinded too to check it out. Can't say anything. I stabbed myself twice this week just fucking around with my knives. Where'd it go? Sorry, I had to go for a bit. I do wood carving. Oh, wood carving. That's I just had, I don't know. I had an image of sliding in, and that feels substantially fucking worse, right? You know, no, wife hasn't seen it yet, dude. She's actually at work. I'm sure I'm gonna catch fucking hell from her. She's probably gonna say, "God damn it," you know. I was sharpening this week, poked myself in the hand. Bronx, he'll be back. Yep, I'm back. Who would have said, "Eat, we'll cut"? Let's see. Once he disinfects it, gotta stop bleeding, got a band-aid on it. Yep, that's what I did. Went and cleaned it up, and the cleaning part sucked. As soon as that alcohol and that wipe hit it, that fucker gushed. This fucking kid's freaked out. It said, I was cleaning, it said, and you're like, ah! I'm like, relax, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Oh, shit. Club soda, ouch. You are a bleeder. I am. There's been times I've gotten in fights and I get a little cut. That fucking shit bleeds. Shit, there's times I get a zit and it fucking bleeds like a stuck fucking pig. It's a pain in the ass. It is. Let's see. Small injuries would be one of the highest causes of death in the apocalypse. Yep. Infections, not having the right types of antibiotics, etc. Especially if the benefit of that was a clean blade, brand new, a little bit of oil on it maybe. But for the most part, it wasn't like it was sticking dirty, nasty stuff, been sitting there festering with stuff, and then stick something else again, right? Is the Reaper 3 just a deuce on a stick? You know, it kind of looks like it, huh? It's not. It's kind of like the first Reaper I was madly in love with and was like, dude, I want that hella bad. And it seems like each iteration, I still want it just because of the reach and the overall on that. But the design, I don't know. I've seen some stuff on they're doing some really crazy shit on zombie tools though. Like there you have like the aluminum finish on the handles and stuff. Like they're doing some that are shiny. They're doing some treatments on the blade that almost looks like rust. They call it their copper finish. Like they're trying some really interesting shit, which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Talking about taking a new blade yesterday. Knife ain't yours until it draws, but right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exact. You know, I don't know. There's something about when the blade has blood on it. And I know it's kind of a gruesome concept and everything else, but all the blades that I have vowed to basically keep, from my Inforex Punisher to my Scorpion Tail, 1027, now the KAGE, the Deuce. I've even cut myself with a Sharkalope. So yeah, there's some kind of an emotional connection you get with the blade. It's like some of the wielder's essence is now part of it because the blood is such an important thing, you know. The pact is made. Exactly. I have chosen you, blade, or the blade has chosen me because of my stupidity, and says, "Yes, Rob, we like you. You will be part of the clan." So I guess I can roll with Snake Eyes now. Although he'd probably shake his head and be like, "Fucking rookie." Oh shit. Yeah, no shit. I'm kind of glad it was the tip, just the tip, because I'm pretty sure if the belly had slapped, it would have been a wide gap, and that would have required stitches. I mean, this one was probably just, I mean, you see the thickness of it. That's the exact size of the wound. Is my blood clotting on this? It is. I have a little bit of blood clot on the tip there, but I don't want to wipe it off yet because I kind of want to take a picture of this. I think Wesa and Johnny Ty and the guys over at Tops, I think they'll fucking appreciate this shit because it's not very often we get to, you know, find out will it cut. Like, we know it'll cut. We know skin is soft. You know what I mean? But just a little tap. I mean, fuck. It's just one of those things. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Let's see. That's what I try to tell the ladies, but they ain't buying it. Half an inch ain't shit to scoff at. Oh, you guys are the best. That's what you try to sheath on. Yeah, I usually do. Let's see. Sounds like it. Yeah, it'll stab. The son bitch is pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp. They should make a longer-handed version of the spit and call it the spite. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, they're worried about it. But it's like, I keep telling them, it's like, guys, trust me. I have been in far worse shape than this. There have been times on the ground just fucking questioning life decisions where I was fucked up. And so when you know, things like this happen, you just kind of go, whatever, you know, it happens. And I deal with so much pain on a daily basis that, you know, something like this, like right now, there's a throb. It's throbbing, and there's a kind of a deep ache where the cut occurred, and it's you know, it's funny because I had a really bad headache before this happened, and now it's kind of like head, arm, head, arm, head, arm, head, arm, head, arm. My daughter's like, "Oh, you should drink a lot of water because you lost a lot of blood." Because there's Jesus. The paper towel is the first thing that I could get my hands on, and it sucked a ton of it. You know, good thing it didn't catch you in the neck. Yeah, good thing it didn't cut my dick. I mean, shit, it could have cut a lot of different things. But you know, my arm, shit, I've got cuts all over the arm, got cuts on the hands, and whatever. And it was funny because I was like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll drink something to kind of numb the pain. She's like, no, don't do that. Thins your blood. That's right. I bleed more. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Short swords are preferred inside of like close quarters, especially when you're dealing with something that you can actually see in front of you and know what's what. When you have big blades, like, you know, the Deuce is a pretty decent like long sword, right? But I've seen some hand and a half blades. Oh my hell, like they're half the length of my body, and I'm imagining the arc you would have to swing that in, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious? That's damn. I mean, you know, how often are you going to be out in the field, you know, in battle? I mean, those days, hopefully. Actually, those days are far and in between, because it's not going to happen again. You go out in the field and somebody's going to fucking snipe your ass. That's what's going to fucking happen. But, you know, it's one of those things. See, like, this is it right here. If I were to pop this right here, it would just run blood. I don't know. Maybe I have too much alcohol in my blood. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should cut the alcohol. Maybe then my blood would not be so thin. Your aim not that good. Why was it aim ever by? Listen, every time I gave blood, I got cookies. Sounds like you need some cookies. You know, when I was back in the day, no joke, when I was like really struggling for money, I used to try to keep giving blood and stuff, and they would give you like your obligatory. What was always there at that up on Deer Creek? There was always like orange juice and donuts. I always thought it was interesting, just donuts, right? But they were strict on the orange juice, and then after about like, I don't know, the second or third time I'd go up there, they'd start to recognize me. They're like, "You're not supposed to be back here for like 2 weeks." I said, "What? What? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Well, we're gonna have to do paperwork again." Okay. I said, "Come on, man, I need the money." And at that time, I think it was like $50 for some blood. And they took a lot of fucking blood. Ukes. Yuki. Oh, fuck. This is just one bad fucking interruption, I tell you. What the fuck, dog? I'm about to test the blade on you. What are you fucking with? Oh, hell. Oh, fuck, I swear to God. It's not one fucking thing, it's another. Let's see. How bad down did it go? Because my kid said, oh yeah, ran down my shirt. There's some black. Oh, got to my legs. Yeah, that was a lot of blood. 'Tis nothing but a scratch, right? Came with a new catalog. That was kind of fucking cool. I was like, yeah, send me a catalog with more shit I want. So anyway, one thing, holy shit, we lost a lot of time, didn't we? Fuck it, we'll keep going. One thing that was kind of crazy is, I think the dog's a little worried about me. Uh-oh. Hang on. That's my friend. Hello. Hey, brother. Oh, I just stabbed my fucking self. No, it's not suicide or nothing. I will not commit suicide. If I get suicided, the government did me. So Nerve 102, here's the KAGE. And I was showing it and I shanked myself. So let me call you right back. I'm still doing a show. I'll call you back and tell you the whole bloody thing. Okay, bye. So I might as well go ahead and show it off again. So, because Nerve 102 came to see it. So I got this. I was showing it off and we were talking about some stuff. Then I went and I was talking about something. I went to clear this. This came back around and poked me in the fucking arm. And it went about that far in. That's where the blood stops. Right about there. So it's not like it stabbed me, but anyway. So I can go ahead and show it off. It's a beautiful blade. Very comfortable. Very lightweight. Love the grip on it. Nice rounded curves to it and everything else. This is a nice little business end of everything. Weight. just under 2 pounds. Feels pretty good. Got a very pronounced belly to it. Tip definitely can penetrate. Definitely. Thickness wise, you know what? I'm gonna have to look at that. Here, let me see. Thickness wise, she be. Let's see, let me back it up. I had just had it up on tops earlier today. So thickness at the let's see, back in here. Quarter inch thick. She weighs 35.5 ounces, comes with a good sheath. Sheath is actually really nice on it. It's got a dangler on it. Retention on it could be just a little better. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you know, so if it's sitting dangling, you really ain't got shit to worry about. But if you wanted to do something where you were trying to mount it a certain way, cross chest or something, so you could pull it out or whatever, I wouldn't really trust it. It's got a little play to it. I think you could actually solve that problem by just putting a clamp or something right here, drilling like a little screw, and then it would hold it, but you could still pop it out. It's just going to hold a lot better. But yeah, it's a sword. It's a short sword. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And she a poke. She like a do the poke. She sticky. She like it. She like the fucking stab. Let's see here. Yeah, it's quarter inch. Yep, it's 10.95. I mean, most of Topps blades are 10.95. That's just the way it is. Question is, would Deadpool use it? You know, I think it's a little short. I think Deadpool prefers to use long swords, but yeah, I don't know. If he was doing kind of like long and short, sure. I know that in the comic books, the guys that do Snake Eyes, this is the blade that Snake Eyes is using in the G.I. Joe comics right now. Yeah, no restraining straps or anything. I think they did that primarily because that would have been more to it, and I think they're already. I think this is already kind of an expensive, probably one of their most expensive blades in their catalog right now. So I think again, everything they could do to strip material, everything to get it down to just what it wants. But it's nimble and it's fast. It's very comfortable. The purpose that he designed this was to be a bladed variant of what he was comfortable with the C.U.M.A. I think, let me read the notes that are on it. The Kuma Kage, pronounced Kumakage, means shadow in Japanese. Name is drawn from one of the designer's lifelong passion, G.I. Joe, the Arashikage, Storm Shadow Clan. C.U.M.A. Johnny Tai is a lifelong martial artist, world-renowned self-defense instructor, riding off the success of widely popular Topps knives release, the Kuma Takri, which is a great fucking blade. I have one sitting right over there. Actually, that's one of my favorite blades. And its connection to the G.I. Joe Ninja Commando Snake Eyes. He wanted to create something that he sought after since his childhood, a functional Snake Eyes sword. Wanting to show influence, but not wanting to make an identical sword to the comics, he drew the sword to his favorite Eskrima stick length, 24 inches. Through years of training, he has found that 24 inches is a perfect length for close range combat with an edged weapon or stick. He then changed the tip, added striking puño tip in the handle. Didn't want a short tactical sword. He wanted to create a bush sword that could replace an axe, one that could fell trees, as well as remove an enemy's limb in combat. Once satisfied initial hand drawings, he sent the sketches to his good friend Roland Fox Knives. transfer hand sketch to a digital format. Once the artwork's complete, he landed back with the family at Tops Knives over the next 2 years. They created prototypes, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know about this with bushcraft stuff. Maybe that's why that belly. But I definitely think for a combat blade with its roots in the screama, yeah, there's a couple videos that he's been linking that showed a guy that was showing some sword techniques that were really hot, really, really kind of opened my mind and had me thinking about things different than the stuff that I had seen when I was growing up. But the martial arts that I studied wasn't weapon specific, so I never learned swords or anything else. I did a little bit with size and things like that, but it wasn't like anything really meaningful. It's just a bunch of katas and stuff like that. You might be interested in the Kodiak survivals. I'm interested in a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Nut job, you missed it, brother. You're gonna have to go back and watch me just poking myself like a fucking dipshit. Would have been a good blade for the Highlander series. Yeah, I definitely think. You know, it's funny to me though. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be very functional, but like, I don't know. There's a part of me that wishes it came up, went like this, continued, and then sloped down. You know what I mean? But this straight edge right here, perhaps that is where some of that bushcraft stuff that he's talking about might be applicable. Like you could stick it in the ground and then pull kindling and shit against it or whatever. I don't know. As far as chopping a tree down, I don't think I'd want to try to chop a tree with this. But limbs, sure, I'm game. So yeah, Renee, I stuck about that much in myself by accident. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Let's see. Let me see if we can catch the light just right. Probably just have to take a photograph and show it to you. But yeah, that sucked. I didn't even realize that it had stuck me. It's all clotting up. The blood's all brown on it now. It looks like fucking old ketchup and shit. But I felt that warm gush running down my fucking arms and my chest, and I was like, some of my bitch must die. How embarrassing is this shit? But fuck it. Whatever. It is what it is. The show must go on. Let's see. Self-RelianceEssentials.com. I'll check that out. I love Tops design, yet the only Tops I own is the Hackett, which, by the way, I love. But they aren't capitalizing on it like I thought they would after 10 years on the market. And there's only... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I like that thing. I like that thing a lot, actually. I'm sitting there talking with him. It took me a second to realize which one you were talking about. I was like, hatchet. And he said, oh, 3 heads. I'm like, oh, that's the one with interchangeable. All right, you guys. Well, I'm sorry I had that little bit of an interruption right there as we were going. I was going to... You know, my kids were super sweet, and they bought me some of this magic shit, and I was going to, like, open it up and see if there was anything good in there, but I don't think you guys really give a shit about that, so we'll just go ahead and pass on it, you know what I'm saying? But, in summary, again, the point, and I am being facetious. Hey, what's up, Steve? Stevie G, man, they caught me, dude. They caught me. The government, they didn't want me talking, they came and they got me, man. I don't know. Ooh. God damn. Ugh, I forgot how bad blood smells. Fuck. I done fucked this shirt up. Man, this is my fucking favorite ass shirt, too. I done fucked it up. This ain't coming out. God damn it. It takes forever for this shit, too. This was some shit that I fucking ordered in China. Took fucking forever and a fucking day for this bitch to get here. I'm really bummed out. Out of everything. That's what I'm most bummed out about is I bloodied up my shit. Well, fuck. I guess I'll wash it and see what happens. I mean, fuck, I'm sure it's got enough texture to it. Maybe I can pass it off like it's part of the design. I don't fucking know. Well, anyway, so just remember, guys, human beings like to bleed. And there's an expression, if you get in a knife fight, you're going to get cut. And we can see from that just how much blood came. I mean, it's amazing. I got to go clean. Yeah, it'll be a story shirt. It's just, it's fucked up. I mean, look at it. Look at this shit. It's, let's see. It's already aching. Already aching here. Let's scoot this a little bit like that. So, it's, uh-oh. My strips are coming off. Well, hopefully this will still hold it. We got stuck. Look! Right there. And then it just bled. Then this motherfucker right here. And then all through the chest. It just ran down here. Trickled down there. Got to my legs. And I was like, holy fucking hell! What is going on? Why do I feel this warm gush go? Oh, fuck. I'm stuck. I was like, fuck. Stuck myself. And my poor kids, they're all freaking out. I'm like, it's just blood, guys. I'm okay. If I'm freaking out, then you should freak out. If I'm not freaking out, then fucking chill. Relax. It's all good. Yeah, that does look kind of neat, right? On the OPA. OPA! That's right. That's what I'm talking about. No more sending you sharp shit. I'll send wood weapons instead. Yeah, I'll get splinters. I'm gonna splinter on my dick or something. Alright. So that's going to be it, guys. Unless there's some pointed questions or something that you... Jesus Christ. Unless there's some questions or anything that you guys are dying to talk about, or there's something that is super duper important, you don't want to wait a fucking week to discuss it, go ahead and throw that shit at me right now and we can talk about it. Or I'm going to... go clean up the mess I made, because there's a lot of blood out there. I mean, there's a lot of fucking blood. I ain't gonna lie. There's like probably 8 paper towel folds that are bundled together that is completely fucking saturated, which is why my daughter's like, Dad, please make sure you drink a lot of fluids and stuff, because, you know, you lost a lot of blood. I'm like, I lost a decent amount of blood, but it wasn't a lot. I've lost a lot of blood in the past, but that wasn't a lot of blood. It was okay. Nothing that I like to have happen on a regular basis, but, you know. There. That's about what I lost. I should be fine. I once actually stabbed myself in the... Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my God. Oh, stabbed myself in the shin with a steak knife as hard as I could. It stuck in the bone. Oh. Oh. It's a long story, but I wore braces on my legs and I was trying to freak someone out. Oh, man. Mission accomplished. I got a good friend named CP. He got in a fire once. Got burned up. And his legs were kind of melted. A little slag looking thing. And the nerves on it was all fucked up. This dude would take thumbtacks and pop it in his leg to freak me out on a regular basis. And he would push it and you would hear... Psst. I'm like, oh, really, dude? He's all, what, bro? Oh, really? Stop. Want to see me take a stun gun to me? I'm like, no, not really. Ah, what the fuck is burning, dude? Stop it. You missed the brace. That fucking sucks. Oh, my hell. That's how I fucked a knot in a tree. I got splinters. Yeah, right. This will probably sell more Kuma fucking Kages. Probably. Anyway, fuck it. All right. We are on chapter 32 in Magic Really Sucks 2, and we're loving awesome. Glad to hear it. All right, guys. I think I'm going to cut it here. cut it here. I'm just fucking full of them tonight, aren't I? What the fucking hell? And anyway, what I might do is I might pull this shit down, edit it, and then put an edited version up. I know, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, be careful with your blades. Don't try to stream and avoid microphones and monitors and shit and end up fucking poking yourself. Oh my god. Oh, yes. I think I will be doing a Jeremiah Jones special either later tonight or tomorrow. There's definitely going to be Jeremiah Jones. So that's it, guys. Be good. Be safe. I will see you motherfuckers next time.